Okay. How we all people doing today? Hey, hey Tom. Hey XO. How we do? How we do? Hey, don't forget Tro. Tro's here too. T-Row. T-Row. I'm doing good. I had fun watching Ghosty tonight. I hope you guys have at least half as much fun watching me. I do love this game. I hope it's as entertaining solo. So we all good? We all good? Right. That's my hope. That's my hope. That's my hope. See, I just like playing video games. So I'll play whatever you guys want to play. Mostly if I have it. I'm thinking tomorrow I can do another one of the Fears to Fathom. Um, I don't know. We'll figure that out towards the end. And yes, I do find this game hilarious. It is absolutely. I don't know which one I'm going to decide yet. Or maybe I'll do the one or two. Either way. Depends on how long it takes me on one. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and get started. Well, I'll still give people a few more minutes to filter in if they're going to filter in. Talk with you fine, lovely people. Fine and lovely. Watch this rig, almost wreck a few times. So anything new with y'all? Anything amazing, surprising happening today? Yeah, see, I've heard of that game a little bit. Like it's a post-apocalypse city builder. Haven't played that one yet. Very nice. What was the research on? I am curious. Because, I mean, especially for a 16-page research paper to get 100 on it, that's amazing. Oh, very tough subject. Very nice, very nice. Oh, no. Dude, that sucks. So, poverty, education, and immigration. That's that's a complex subject. That is extremely complex. And to get 100 on that, that's pretty dang good. That's worthy of a lot of praise. So, what level of schooling you at? Like, are you associates, bachelors? Because that's college stuff. I don't do that in high school, so. Oh, that makes it even more, like, just great when you get a 100 on it. Apparently. That has to be bloody brilliant to be able to pull that off. Like, that is deserving of some praise. Congrats. Oh, law school. Oh, got a future lawyer. Maybe he'll represent me when I eventually screw up somewhere down the road. Ah. Well, actually, poverty education. You're not doing criminal law. That sounds more like. Well, are you planning criminal law, business law, immigration law? Because, I mean, poverty, education, and immigration. Or have you decided on a specialty yet? Oh, I know, I know. It's copyright law. I joke, I joke. Yep, okay. There you go. Oh, so we might have a future president. Well, I guess if you're in the States, I don't even know if you're where you are. You talk like an American, but I could be wrong. Ha, same, same. I mean, I did just recently move to Texas. I wouldn't call myself a Texan yet, but I've moved here. So got a whole bunch of centrals here. Probably explains, what's going on. Why am I yawning? I am not tired. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, but I mean, okay. Civil rights is fine, except for, like, you can represent some of the people, but it's really hard to do lasting change. And that's one of the things that bothers me about basically how things are set up, is just that it's really difficult to do lasting change. But representing, I mean, to me, immigration, that's more immediate and helpful. So I guess it just depends on how hard you want to do, like, how far you want to go. Like, because immigration law, that's definitely on the pathway to politics, because that's the only real way to do lasting change in America is to get involved in politics. I'm not very good at math, but that sounds like a really, really good that you got in accepted. See, and that's kind of what I feel too. Is like immigration, you're changing lives every day. Exactly, which is why I think immigration law is more important right now than civil rights laws. Because I mean, I was born in '79, so I went through the fall of the Berlin Wall, and I got to see that on TV. I got to see Rodney King riots, O.J. Simpson riots, and these were big civil rights wins in the end, in one way or well, okay, maybe not so much O.J. Simpson riots, but you know what I mean. There were some big civil rights wins, and I thought a whole lot of it was done pretty well, and it was fine. And then all of a sudden, we're looking back, and it's rolled back civil rights all over again. We had to go through George Floyd, and I'm just like, what happened? Like, why is this happen? Why does it seem to be all backwards again? And I'm not trying to pick on any one party. This isn't. I don't mean to be political. I'm just saying, like, I don't understand what happened. Well, yeah, there you go. The Watts riots. Um, isn't that what Cherry Poppin' Daddies was singing about? The Zoot Suit riot? No, the Watts riots. Crap, I don't remember. I knew at one point. But anyway, before I get on a friggin' soapbox here and put my foot in my mouth, I'm just saying I'm not really for any party, like any political party, because I see that they've made major mistakes all over the board. Like Just it's not good for anybody. And I think we need to figure out how to do things better. Now, I don't have the answers. Please understand that I don't have any of the answers. I have theories on what may or may not work, but that's me. I think, the me personally, my politics is that if you don't like it, don't do it to other people. Pure and simple. Like that should be what we need to strive for. I should not dictate to somebody else who they should be, shouldn't be, or anything else. Just let people live. Make some securities, that some laws that secure that you can't interfere with somebody else's life. That's really it. On both sides of the board. Like if you have things you want to do, like you can't just be a career criminal because that harms other people. Eh, just that's just me. Do we want to go back to it? Nah, I don't remember where I was. Yeah, just start a new game. Exactly, Tom. That is exactly what I feel. It's just, I mean, and sure, if somebody tells you, hey, that thing that you don't mind, like whatever that may be, I don't like you doing that. Respect them. Respect them that they don't like that particular thing that you might like. That's no big deal. Like, I'm not gonna tell somebody to legislate, oh, everybody has to listen to K-pop. If they don't like K-pop, that's not my thing, or that's not my thing, or J-pop, or whatever you want to call it, whatever genre of music. I just picked something my kids were into, and I kind of like actually. I can't deny that there was some good. My kids had me. I thought they said, there we go. That my kids introduced me to BTS, Stray Kids. I can't remember. I just remember I really liked it. So I am going to do something for fun. Right? Well, see, I am a scholar at heart. I love learning about everything. I don't like specialty. That's just not who I am. I love learning about everything. Sorry, I should have warned you guys about. I'm sorry. I should have warned you about the jump scare. I meant to say something, but I know for some people that's grating, and I apologize. But I get so frustrated watching the world, and it's just like, why are you burning it down for other people just so you can get a couple of pennies? And I'm not even talking about the current people in power. I mean, even back in the day, Bill Clinton signing in some of those treaties he did is what set us up for where we are now with basically being able to weaponize our own economy and other people being able to weaponize their economy against us. It's like this is one of the problems with global trade. I mean, at least in my estimation, and I know I've studied a little bit of macro and microeconomics. Great, Gordon's here because he makes me think of a fish. I don't know what anybody else calls him, but he just makes me think of a fish. So Gordon, or is it Gorton's? Did he just click his teeth at me? Oh yeah, yeah. But what surprises most people is that I'm a high school dropout. I don't advocate dropping out of high school, but for me, it was pretty much the only choice I had. I moved around a lot as a kid, and I was able to maintain grades quite well. In fact, I dropped out of high school, just didn't go my senior year, and managed to have a 3.986 GPA. And I only remember that because my mom won't let me forget it. You dropped out of high school with a 3.986. But I went over and got my GED and lived on the streets of Portland because I wanted out of the home. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that education is bad. I think education is great. I see you, Gordon. Fishman. Exactly. See, and I think that's one of the reasons why, school has gotten so bad lately is that they forget that it's both education and experience that is needed. Strong. I must be stronger. Yeah, and I totally agree. Education, experience. I know I just said that, but I don't think it can be said enough. When I was in junior high, we had a class called, what was it, Citizens in the Community or something like that. I have just enough for that. I'm going to go that. Right. You can have all the book knowledge in the world, but if you don't know how to apply it, it's absolutely useless. And that just isn't fun for anyone. One, experience in the real world also leads to better empathy, which is what a lot of these people are missing. What a lot of these people in power, everything is empathy for other people because they have a hard time understanding that people are people. Exactly. So, I mean, you can't have a doctor that sits there and tells you, oh, you just got to eat right and be healthy and all of this, when he doesn't even understand that your choices for eating right and healthy are too expensive. Oh, yeah. Trust me, I grew up that way. Food insecurity was a big deal not necessarily when I was a real little kid, because we lived in Montana and we went and hunted, hunted, fished, depending on the time of the year. So food insecurity wasn't a big thing when I was a little kid. But then when we moved to Nevada, there wasn't a whole lot of food security. Like my dad worked 12 hours a day. Thank you, gossip. I actually feel kind of honored that I'm getting bots. I mean, I'm actually surprised that I'm even worth botting. Like they're just wasting their time. Ooh. See, and that's what I don't understand. Like I've been in position, not I do totally understand what you're saying, Tom. I've been in the position where I make just enough money that I can't get any help, but not enough, money at the end of the month. There's too much month at the end of the money. Bots are stream bots. They're like spam that go in your email. but only in the chat, and they try to get people to click on links, and they try to get you to go to this site that's just going to take all your money. No, just Gossip was really good at the bot, and you never even saw it. Gossip's an excellent mod. I'm amazed I actually saw that one. Last time they sniped a bot, and I just saw that, the bot was sniped. Okay. I don't even know what they tried to do. Yes, T-Row, you were missing something simply because Gossip is too good at, well, is very good at the job. And apparently, just like, you know, with your professors, you do a damn good job. I'm supposed to be opening these. Why do they keep shutting? I feel like that little kid looking for something to snack on. Anyway, time to get my Burger King crown. It's only slightly tarnished now. What was I saying before? I forgot. I it's so hard because I didn't plan on talking. Oh yeah, food security, food insecurity. My dad was working like 14. Oh yeah, no problem. It's not like Tom wasn't here to back you up. But anyway, um, my dad had worked for gold mines. He was a blaster. You'd think this came with a lot of money. Yeah, we had just enough money to pay a few bills and such, keep us living. But, the quality of the food we'd have wasn't necessarily the greatest. Like growing up on ramen or powdered milk for your cereal in the morning. I can't stand powdered milk to this day. So I get to try the music box. I freaking wait for the second swing. Crap. What? Get in there. Laundry is valid? Ah, here but doing laundry. Hey, I was doing that earlier. Somehow I missed Infinite's. I mean, I see it now, but I just missed it. I feel bad. Hi, Infinite. Glad you're here. Oh, if I hadn't lost so much on the friggin' music box, I could have turned this in and just moved on. I feel so dumb. Clean sheets. Yeah. Oh, gotta love clean sheets. I just changed the sheets today. I do it every Tuesday. I know some people do it more, some people do it less. I am going back where I came from. That's. I've had arguments with people on how often you need to change your sheets. Personally, I think it's when you feel that you should. They are very gratifying. Okay, I'm something right here. A goublet. Sleep in a recliner. Well, I guess. I guess whatever works for you. My dad slept on the couch and then complained whenever I tried to change the TV. even though he was asleep. Not just because you forget and pass out. Oh, crap. So, that was Slender. I guess what they call Slender Man. That one creeps me out every freaking time. Because as long as you don't look at it, I love true crime, but I have to very much modify how much I watch. It's actually how I ended up finding so many different um, YouTubers, is because I started, well, just watching other people. Because, like, if I watch too much of one topic, I get too into it, and I get too angry and stressed, and I'm just not about that life. I don't want to be the old man that screams at clouds, you know? I want to have solutions, not just complaints. I want to at least think about things and help rather than just go, oh, there's a problem. Okay, well, what's the solution, old man? You know, I mean, workshop it, talk about it. But so many people just don't think that there can be a solution. It's like, oh, it's just all bad. Yeah, it is. It's bad. The world's been changed before. We can do it again. You know what I mean? Oh, the Yandere stories. While I find it fascinating, they just take so much out of me. You want to know what my biggest red flag with Let's Read is? Is just how he talks about his audience and how he doesn't take them seriously. I don't know how else to describe that. He just feels very disingenuous to his, unlike Raven, who actually seems to appreciate his audience. Let's Read just, I mean, I caught one live stream once, and in fact, it's one of the reasons why I was pretty reticent on live streams in general because I just didn't want to get to know the creator outside of what they want to show me, if that makes sense. Yes, Lazy, I have no issues with Lazy. Absolutely love Lazy. And yes, Tom, we have had our conversations about Let's Read, and I can't say as I can really disagree with you because I've had my issues with his treating of, like I said, his people. Can you go away anytime? Oh yeah. I mean, I remember when he did the first face reveal. I miss when he used to I miss when he used to do the like Reddit read stories and stuff. Like I don't mind his region locked mysteries that he does, which I mean I absolutely love those. But I wish he would, kind of spice it back up with some of the truth. I am talking way too much. I'm not playing very well. I'd apologize, but I think you guys enjoy when I screw up because it's kind of part of the fun, isn't it? Okay. How much am I missing? That vase would have put me over the top. Luckily, from what I found out, is that over time, right? I just feel like, while he's putting a whole lot more time into videos and effort, I just wish I had a little bit more. And yes, I saw the glass. Right? Oh yeah, I mean, and I think it is really down to the creator themselves. Don't get me wrong. I can sit here and criticize what they choose to do, but it's not up to me to dictate to their life. I might sit here or not even criticize, just like, I wish I had more. But then again, it's quality versus quantity. Would you rather have more at a lower quality or less at a higher quality that you know of? Tom, you don't know he's not a stoner. Ah, there we go. I knew I saw another item. Uranium glass. Oh, he actually said. Yes, Ash. Yeah, see, I found Raven through Lazy, actually, which I thought was interesting just because it was a suggested video. I missed a room. Lazy Masquerade. Are you crapping? Oh, I can't go into the couch. Yeah, Lazy Masquerade is a he's a narrator like Raven, only he started branching out into true crime and region locked. He lives in between UK and Japan. Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't know, it was just kind of weird when I heard Raven, I just kind of like that became the main one that I'd listen to. I don't know why. Like I can't really quantify it. All right. Tiro, what did you mean? Crapping? Camping? Cramping? Oh, me saying, "Are you crapping?" Yeah. Well, I was in the middle of another conversation and apparently censored myself. I I I don't know why. I just do it. Right. Like Raven just has this community that is all right. Who mentioned the creepy doll before? Who? I blame you. You moved the cart. You little. Oh my. Oh my God. But anyway, as I was trying to say, it it was just something about when he'd read that I just found like he absolutely cared about what the people were writing to him. I think that was the big thing. He didn't see them as a paycheck like some of these people do. Like, oh, I'm just reading your story, lol. It's it's the actual like caring about it. Oh, As the Raven Dreams is basically the community that we all met in. As the Raven Dreams is a YouTuber um, that he reads true scary stories from people, and it's just the way he reads, the way he handles the conversation around what people's true scary story really is. Yes, my Four Ravens story. Yeah, which is why, I wrote that story kind of like a fan fiction thing, the Four Raven. Um, Not that that was a true story. I mean, I told him it's not a true story. That's why it went up on fiction when he narrated it, and then I narrated it myself, which I already covered with him. He said was cool because he actually got first crack at it. And the fact was is that it was just something one night, much like when I go to read or not read. Oh, great, a Greg's here. A Greg's coming for my teeth. No, I'm just gonna hold the door against you, bud. I think I found AJ through Raven. AJ is also known as the Darkest Hour, as Tom said. Excellent voice. Like the voice makes me think of um, Elvira for some reason. Just that kind of movie narrator, creepy voice. Again, don't know how to explain it. It just is. Um, it's just what are these things like these. This has been, like I said, repo solo. Let's see how far I can get. My guess is not very far. I'm having fun though. I hope you guys are having fun. Right. Well, then that probably also has to do with the difference, Tom, of just our ages being just a little bit apart. The fact that I think of Elvira first, you think of a grown up Wednesday. Makes sense. I don't know. It's hard to explain what the narration stories do for me, like listening to them. And I just kind of really want to give people that same kind of comfort, which is why, it's weird that scary, spooky narration stories give me a weird level of comfort. Phasmophobia. I have not tried that yet. I don't own the game yet. I would love to try it. Right. Yes, AJ can put you to sleep like nothing, and it's not a bad thing. I think that's kind of why AJ leans into that. No, I need to look that up. I thought that was somebody for a second. No, I don't know. I'm sorry I'm not as high energy today. I just, weather kind of turned to cloudy a little bit, and that always kind of gets me a little down. And I'm doing my best to entertain you all. I hope I'm not being. Oh, okay. Hey, Earl. Hi, Ducky. Already, I pissed him off. Earl, I cannot believe I survived that. Okay. Like, I know I can be very high energy and goofball. I'm not feeling that today, and I am sorry. But I figure if I just keep at it, okay, that's fine. I am good at ranting. I am very good at it. I just think of subjects and just start talking. Earl, you break my stuff, I'm gonna be annoyed. It's like, what was it, last night? Infinite had mentioned CoffeeZilla. Ah, crap. Oh, I couldn't run any faster. And, I love coffee. Coffee's great, but he doesn't, like, he reports on this stuff, but he doesn't talk about solutions. Like, everybody talks about how bad crypto is, but they forget that there's actually solutions to these things. There is ways to make crypto work. Of course, it'd just become another currency and not a collectible. Yes, little Earl. But I was more worried about the banger. You little shh. I'm not going to try to get that while Earl's here. He will wander off eventually. I will bore him. Oh, yeah, you go get some sleep, gossip. You have a good night. And congratulations again on the paper. That is an amazing feat. Milo. Who's Milo? I don't know many of them by their real names. Good night, XO. I feel like I should know Milo, the name. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know that one. I only heard it a bit. Um, but like I was saying with coffee, ha, nice. I get pizza. But anyway, cryptocurrency. That's what I was talking about. CoffeeZilla reports on it. But see, with the influence and everything they have, can't they make it work? Like crypto actually has a function, especially since you're able to track all the wallets and everything. So why can't we use it to basically replace the banking system? Yeah, Tom, how is it talking to him? How does he act? Oh yeah, I gotta hit the. No, 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 no. See you soon, Tater. But yeah, it was. I don't know. Right? That's nice. I don't know. It's just one of those things that I. Right. I mean, crypto, like most people don't know anything about it, but crypto has the opportunity of replacing money. It's hard to explain, but think of the security of a mint, where you can't counterfeit money. Like that's the best thing about cryptocurrency. You really can't counterfeit it because it's run on what's called a public ledger that can't really be modified. But because it's also doesn't have any regulatory body. It'd be like, somebody inventing checks and writing checks, but they don't have any, like, you don't have any way to verify that there was even funds. They're just writing money, if that makes sense. They just have a money printing machine, but there's nothing behind that money printing machine to say how much value that money has. Even as screwed up as it is, most currencies run off of gross domestic product, GDP. That's what they mean when they start talking about that. And yes, I'm going simple. I don't know how much you guys all know. So, gross domestic product, and they use that to anchor how much, say, the dollar bill is. There's a level of trust in that if that dollar bill, there is something behind it saying what it's worth. There's something securing that particular debt, so to speak. So if you can secure that debt, you can basically, okay, well, if you don't have that money, you can at least, you know, give me that item instead. There's an equivalent exchange. There's nothing like that in crypto. Like crypto has nothing regulating its monetary wealth. So it's literally rich guys just saying I have $1 million. Right, promissory note. Just like in barter, I'll trade you those 100 cows for your 100 pelts because we see them as equivalent exchange. Only you have to be able to equivalently exchange across borders. And personally, I think we need to make if it's a body like the UN or something, a worldwide exchange, monetary exchange for trade between countries. Like individuals just have a trade currency. Ah, crap. And my stuff's broke. It is not a good day. Well, I don't want you guys feeling like you're in a friggin' class. See, this is what I was kind of worried about doing the 5 days a week of burning people out. I get stale. That is what is known as a clown that has a laser that shoots from its nose, and it is an absolute bastard because he also can kick you. That's enough to set off. Yeah, I hate the clown. You actually stopped it? Screw you, hippie. I tried to run you over. Right. Well, okay. To be fair, how I got this way is because I was in security for so long that I had plenty of time to read. Yes, you was being ornery. I caught that. I don't know if the clown was following me. I don't know. I enjoy these conversations. I don't know how much other people enjoy them. I enjoy just talking and trying to figure things out and seeing what we all can do. Even if none of us really have any kind of power, the conversation itself plants a seed that someday they might talk to the right person who might have the ability to do something about it. It's just planting a seed, waiting for it to be watered and grown, which might even take generations. I don't know. And to me, that's just worth it. It's worth trying. Everything's worth trying. You may never succeed, but maybe somewhere down the road you helped pave the road, or at least get the road started for others. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but yeah, possibly. That's why, yes, planting the idea. That is exactly what I think of it as. Okay, you're not movable. Sometimes those are. And that's true. Somebody might get overwhelmed, and I feel bad if that's what happens, but I don't know how to fix that other than if they ask questions. Yes, long run. One, that's the major thing about the world today is the short-sightedness. And people selling themselves short in their ability to do things and affect change. You know what typing class is? It's just practice. Well, I guess you could argue, did MLK accomplish everything he set out to do? Yes. He started building his dream. And others have taken up the mantle, so his ideas last much longer than him. And that's all we all can really ask. I mean, that's the true legacy. It's not through our kids, it's not through, how much money we had at the end. It's do our ideas go on, whatever they may be. Like, we don't all have to have these giant, big ideas, solve world hunger or the solution to crime or education. People put way too much stress on themselves without remembering that there's so. Wait, what are you doing? Why were you in the van? There's nothing in the van to break. I guess that's why they call them roaming gnomes. Oh, I was going to break that by. Can we really blame society for giving us what we want? You got to remember that we control our own destinies. Like, there is addictions out there: social media, alcohol, tobacco, I, anything really, anything you can get addicted to. Yes, social pressure, but we also have control over ourselves. We can choose to not do the thing, to not be the monkey and dance for them. That's the hard part, is remembering that we also have a certain level of power, that if we don't like something, we can speak up to it. Know that there might be consequences for that. I mean, look at MLK. Look at Malcolm X. Look at the things they suffered through. Look at every activist. Were they all perfect people? No. No, they all had their flaws. And it is often those flaws that are used against them in history to say that their big ideas were useless, which we all know that's BS. That's rewriting history. They were flawed people that had good ideas, just like everyone else. It's how well those ideas go beyond them. There is no reason that equality shouldn't be the norm, regardless of any identity. It's like reinforcing, that a different skin color is a different race. Scientifically, that's absolute bunk. On one side they reinforce it, and on another side they reinforce it. They either single them out one way to applaud and whatnot, or they single them out another way to drag them down, when we should just be treating them as people. They're humans. We're all humans. Yes, exactly, Tom. Yes, exactly. On both of those counts. Yes, someone can be an absolute trash panda of a person and yet have good ideas. Wow. Level 2 strength is enough to pick up the statue. I didn't know that yet. Well, I have to be careful. Yeah. Well, the fact is that much like inventions, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the race to the patent office. Almost every invention had multiple inventors, but it's whoever gets to the patent office first is the one who earns the patent. Same thing with ideas. Martin Luther King wasn't the first one to have a dream of equality, nor was he the only one in his era. We've had whole societies that had equality in the past. They just fell. They had some bad other ideas. Yes, thank you. Yes, hydrate. Everybody hydrate. I don't know. Sometimes I worry that I'm just talking gibberish. Like that people don't particularly understand what I'm trying to say, and I really hope. Because I'm not trying to say that one person was good, bad, otherwise. I'm not trying to push one person in front of another because that's simply the other side of the same problem. We all have we all have our issues. We all have our mistakes. And we all have tried this all before. And we'll all do it again. Yeah, to drink water, Tro. It's one of the biggest things that gamers forget, or people doing like this, is to drink water. Although I do understand why you might think it was a code for something. Which, yes, reminds me. I don't know how much you heard that, but I tried to be quiet about it. Oh, God, no. You get the hell out of here. Well, they took forever, but they finally got here. Yeah, I forgot what we called him too. The hand guy. Oh, this thing does not want to. I don't know how much this is going to be worth by the time I get it there. I don't know. I'm sorry. Wait, Ghost was here? How did I totally miss it? Hey, Ghost, how's it going, man? I'm absolutely killing it today. Right, everything that happened to Sumer Akkad, yes. Right? I think I was messing with the, yeah, Mr. Handy J. Okay. Oh, you still got an hour with me, Ghost, if you want. Where did I leave the cart? Behind me. Yeah, more examples. More. More. Well, hell, I mean, just even in the mythology, we know that there were some civilizations prior to even what we know that tells us that there were ideas long before we even think of civilization happening, of civilization. You know, just in those, you know, Atlantis, almost every civilization, every mythology has a golden age previous to the current one. I really thought that would be it. So if they have a golden age previous to the first one, where did that idea, that concept come from? Not you again. Oh, you left. All right. I think it was sarcasm, Tom. How? Ghost, you can't. See, this is what happens. Ghost shows up and I break a diamond by just grabbing it. Was I right? No, I wasn't. And yes, I saw the jewel box. Yeah, I know he knew it was sarcastic. Well, I wouldn't call it a curse. I mean, you you little punk. I want to throw. I want to get strong enough to throw that baby into a fire. That sounds really bad. I should not have said that. See, look what you guys make me do. Look at. I hate. I literally am strong enough to move a statue by myself. I'm okay with this. Yeah, the U.S. Treasury's idea of managing or mismanaging. You know, I really should have been able to hit you with the cart. The U.S. United States. Ash. Yeah, it has to be through that. Oh, come on. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. Oh my God. Okay. Like, we keep talking like this, I'm going to end up. Oh, you had asked the US or us. And I was saying, I was explaining that what they meant was the US Treasury. Yeah, I've got 1 health left. Did I break it? I just wanted to see if I could make it and how. No. Oh, come on. Oh, because we were talking. Because I got involved in the conversation and I stopped paying attention to the game. I'm being a joke. It literally, I am being a joke. Yes, that is what I meant, and I'm gonna go with it. My God, I'm being terrible at this. Anyway, we were yapping. Yes, probably. How's it going, Green Jeans? Oh my God. See ya. No, it's just we were talking. I got distracted. I spent way too long in the map, so a lot more things start spawning the longer you stay. So I was gonna die. Sweaty but good. Okay. Really? Right out the gate. Number one. just go away. Buddy, just go away. Re- really? I guess I'm just doing terrible. That is a very big mood there, Mr. Green Jeans. Mr. Brain, no brain. I am brainant. Yeah. Yeah, trying to hurry up, finish work. Yeah, I was doing that trying to catch Ghost Stream. I was working on. My God, dude, go away. I can't see to get out the door. Oh my God. Luckily, after you catch their eye, they go away. And I went in here for literally nothing. Oh yeah, that is the most active I have seen the friggin' Slender Man thing. Oh, okay. Yeah, I would definitely love to watch Surviving the Apocalypse. I love city builders. I have, well, Civ 6 and 7, which both of those actually scratch different itches. Like they're both good games, but they're totally different. And I don't know how to describe it. Another one? Oh, I don't know if anybody here is a Civilization game fan or likes games like that, but Civ 6 I think is the best of its type, and when they went with Civ 7, they actually had to change the type of game it was, like the actual playthrough. Really? It's stuck. Yes, Total War series. I made it, and I didn't lose too much value. God, for a first run, they want me to do 13K. Yeah, Total War was like a big improvement over the old like Ages of Empires, in my personal opinion. Which Age of Empires was pretty good for its time, but I think over time it just got stale and they didn't know how to fix it. Animal Crossing is also another good building game. Resource management, training, if I remember correctly. I've never played Animal Crossing myself, but I've known those who have. And like I play like Stardew Valley, Infection Free Zone. I have not. Not familiar with even what kind of game that is. I don't even think I lost any value on that one. Fall of Samurai. Fall of the Samurai? Is that like a Jurassic World games? So Total War has an expansion called Fall of the Samurai, if I understand you, T-Row? And that TV should be the last thing I need. Shogun Total War, Fall of the Samurai. So that's when like they started bringing in, well, the Last Samurai, Tom Cruise movie type era, if I understand correctly. Really, I can't. I couldn't pick it up high enough to get it in the cart. So I have to move it all the way by hand. Oh, that sounds like an intriguing game. Oh, if it just leads to more doors. Yes. What? No, you're fine. Talk away. If I go silent, it means I'm reading. I'm interested as much as you guys are. So if I go silent, it's because I'm reading what you're saying. Nah, y'all are good. Yeah, do nerd stuff. Be your nerd self. I have no problem with that. So infection-free zone sounds like a game I would like. Which part, Tom? Writing for me, doing research for me. Which part are you talking about there? Okay, dropping frames, but not bad. I just saw that it was kind of weird. Tom, you're really gonna have to. My brain isn't where. Oh, Amatsu, yeah, Amatsu script. Yes, doing the Amatsu script. That what I can't actually wait to read that for my channel. So Tom did a whole bunch of research for me, and I really liked the script he wrote for me. And so it will be something that I plan on recording for next month. And no, I don't think this is particular. I mean, I don't want the chat to get filthy, but I mean, it doesn't typically have to be a family-friendly stream. Wait, did I have speed? Wait. How much is that? 7K? Because I keep going after the same thing, but eh. But anyway, yes. The Amatsu script, I'm actually really excited to read for people and see what they think, because it is a story from mythology that had to be recovered. So it's actually really kind of cool that, I mean, there was a bunch of stuff I didn't know, which is normally I have an inkling of stuff, and Amatsu being basically god of the void, so to speak, of Japanese mythology. Never even, I didn't know. Um, I don't know what more without spoiling the video I can say, because I don't want to, like, I want to tell people, but yes, Tom is the researcher I spoke about. That is exactly the person. See, I have talked about you, Tom. Yes, I'm hoping that among others of collaborators of Tom's, I hope to become a more consistent collaborator. Yes, Tom is the guy. Like, you want some good, unbiased research? Tom's damn good at it. Like, As Raven Dreams did a video on Skidsmore, which is the one that really impressed me about Tom's writing and how he can keep own morals out of something. So, no, I will not try Do Not Starve. I hate that game. Flat out. Sorry. You'll have to find somebody else to play that game. My little experience with the game, I just gave an honest review that I wasn't particularly a fan of how it worked, and the community was so toxic that I don't want to touch the game ever again, even though I've heard it's gotten better. That's fine, but their community sucks and I don't want to support that. I literally had people harassing me because of a negative review. And I wasn't even particularly negative. I was honest in my feelings that, hey, if this is what you don't like about a particular game, I would not suggest this game for people. That's all I said. I didn't say it was a bad game. I said it was a bad game for me. And for these reasons, I was trying to be very honest about it. And the Don't Starve community absolutely trashed me over it. So, no, I will not play Don't Starve even on stream. I don't even play it personally, just because the community burned me so bad. Right. Like I was just saying that, like, hey, it's not a game about building a base and keeping that base. It's a game about using the resources at a certain time, and then you get basically everything ripped from you and you have to go and try and do it all over again. It's difficult for the sake of being difficult. That's Don't Starve. It's not like it's actually making you do anything. It was just, I don't know how to avoid this guy. And I mean, pretty much everybody in here knows I have opinions, and I don't hide them very well. So, I mean, as good as the game may be for some people, it's not one that I can touch. Yes. See, much like what the people say about Destiny 2, which is another game I won't touch. Ugh. I I want to support games, but basically most of your AAA developers are garbage right now with garbage monetization. I mean, well, look at REPO. REPO is like one of the perfect games. It was $10 a copy, I think. Yeah. So, REPO, I think I paid $10 for this game. Where did I leave the cart? And the game is absolutely beautiful. It does what it says it's going to do. And they're still working on it. I mean, the devs actually have their own YouTube channel, and they tell you about what they're doing and how they're trying to fix certain exploits people have found, how they're trying to make their game better for everybody. Oh no, that's fine. I am so mad about Bungie and those guys that formed the company that made Destiny. I know they were all former Halo, and everybody thought that they were going to be the Halo killers, and all they did was make a game that over monetized, over complicated. Like they made money to make money. They didn't want to make money to make a good game. They wanted to force you to keep buying. All because they were salty about, Microsoft and being kicked out of their own company. Well, you shouldn't have been sold. And if you didn't have a choice, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that that's the way business works. There's not much that can be done about it. Yeah, I'm sure you wouldn't be the first one. Well, right. They all are basically doing the same thing. Um, like I spent $120 for Civ 7 because I wanted and this is why. Because because I spent that money and I bought Civ 6 for a decent price, so I knew what I was getting into. Because of the price I spent on it, I will get most of the updates that ever come out for the game, if not all of them, because that's how they work. Now, would I say that of all 2K games? No, but it's because it's a 2K Firaxis game, is why that works that way. Firaxis has, or at least used to, I hope they still do, have certain standards that you have to fulfill. Unlike me, who apparently doesn't have many standards when it comes to my ability to move items. But anyway, Phyrexis has standards that they have to. That if you're going to use one of their games or be part of one of their games, or if they're going to give their game to you to use, you must treat your audience with respect. At least that's always what a Sid Meier's game has always done for me. Very rarely have I been hurt with a Sid Meier's game. And so far, I have gotten every update that's come out for Civ 7. All the new people and everything. So nobody, I'm not complaining. Even though some of the things I feel are kind of janky right now, like the mechanics don't work properly, I know they'll get to it. I know they will fix this. Oh, Square, yes, I miss vintage Squaresoft. Well, Civ 7 is a very different game than Civ 6. And I will say again, I think Civ 6 was the pinnacle of what Firaxis was going to do with that particular level of Civ game. I like what they've done. See, I never fell for certain games. Oh, I do. How? How did I break that? I'm sorry, Grandma. There went your ashes. And Grandpa, well, you were a dick. Anyway, moving on. I've been playing video games for a very long time. Well, I will agree with you that Xenogears is an absolutely beautiful game. I disagree that it is the best RPG of all time. The best RPG of all time was on the Super Nintendo, and it was called Final Fantasy III. And I agree, Xenosaga was just garbage. Hi, Gary. Leave your teeth out of my face. Leave your teeth out of my face. Gary's mean. Really? Really? Yes, I agree. Xenosaga. But Xenogears was a beautiful game. Final Fantasy III, I think, was peak of the RPG genre, especially for the limitations that they had at the time. Chrono Trigger was absolutely awesome too. Too bad the friggin' sequel sucked. Right? Oh. You know what I'm mad about? Taco Bell got rid of the taco salad. Like, hands down, the best thing I could eat at Taco Bell. I loved that thing. Gary, go the F away. Oh. And I say Final Fantasy III because Final Fantasy III had. I played that game for almost 24 hours, and then I got to the second half. And you're talking about a Super Nintendo cartridge. No CD, no nothing. It's a freaking cartridge. With the limitations they had at the time, the game was absolutely brilliant. Oh, quesadillas are good too. Quesadilla from Taco Bell is pretty good too. But there's two things that I can eat at Taco Bell that do not absolutely destroy me: the taco salad and the Mexican pizzas. I absolutely love their Mexican pizzas, which I know is just a tostada. I know, but they're tasty. Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean, Taco Bell has great food, but there's only certain things that I can eat that don't destroy me because I'm guessing I have some kind of soy sensitivity, and they have a lot of soy. But in fact, I have to admit, I had Taco Bell this last weekend because I have a cheat day. Saturdays are when I eat like either fast food or foods that I'm really not supposed to eat. And then the rest of the week, I cook or Tater cooks, and it's healthy food. Or when she brings me home, like something from the theater that was left over, which is actually more rare than you might think. Let's see. One health, two stamina, one strength. Oh, featherweight. Oh my god, it is so expensive though. Ooh, I haven't had one of those in forever, so I don't know if I know that also fast food changes over time. Like, oh, you get something that was really good, and then the next time you go, it's like, that wasn't as good as I remember it. Honestly, I'm gonna, yeah. I feel really weird, by the way. I mean, I feel really weird that I've been talking just about random crap this whole time. I've been trying to read chat, keep up with, and I just saw that T-Row about most games coming out buggy. I miss that. That is something that absolutely pisses me off right now about gaming. When I was growing up with your cartridges and your non-connected stuff, right? Games had to come out working. And I'm so mad that they're coming out not working. Like I get so angry and now you pay to alpha test. You pay to alpha test. That's what early access is, in which I mean I have found some great games through this. Through, early access, but that's basically what you're doing. I understand when it's an indie dev doing it. I understand when it's like a game like Repo, or when it's a game like, say, Schedule One, when there's very small groups, you help. It's basically crowdfunding your game, and you help them get better at it. I can't argue with them doing it. But hands down, why are AAA studios doing it? Why are we being charged more for a game we don't even own? For a game we download. They're not even really having to hold on to anything or spend any more money. In fact, they should be spending less money overall on the games they make because they're not having to print boxes and they're not having to print CDs or whatever medium it gets made in, whether that's the old cartridges or whatnot. So they're saving a whole bunch of it. So why are they charging us for that? Why is like current gaming supposed to be like, oh, Star Ocean? Um, oh, another good one was on the PlayStation. They did an upgrade. PlayStation 1 or 2 was Lunar Silver Star Story Complete, and that was good. I was actually pretty impressed with that game. And game devs wonder why, or AAA studios, I should say, wonder why, all these games like Schedule One, like Repo, like all of these indie studios are absolutely stomping them. They're stomping them. And don't get me started on what happened with freaking Baldur's Gate and poor Larian Studios. They released an absolute banger, best game of the year, excellent storytelling for what it was. I mean, I do have some issues with it, but I mean, at the time, it was a brilliant, brilliant storytelling game. But the excellent voice acting, the excellent graphics. Baldur's Gate 3 was brilliant game. And then Hasbro just goes, okay, thanks, see you guys later. And just fires them all. And refuses to. There's no patches, or I think they kept up with some of the patches. Like now you can do mods and stuff because they were told that they won't be doing anything else. So it's like, what a. Oh, crap. Um, yeah. Well, and that's why I absolutely refuse to play 5th Ed D&D. In fact, I hope that D&D falls so badly that Hasbro decides to sell it off to somebody that's actually going to treat it with the love and care it deserves, which a lot of people hate me for saying that. But I would rather see it fail now so it can survive in the future. Oh, yeah, that's why I sold my Magic cards to buy my cell phone, because they absolutely broke Magic. Want to talk about over monetizing things. And I know a lot of people don't know a lot about this stuff, but I mean, it's all the same gimmick. Whether it's video games, whether it's monetization of hobbies. What you used to get for your own enjoyment, now they want you to make it into either a job or to pay them consistently so you can use it. Yes, exactly. Tragic that the misshapening. I love that. Yeah, I mean, I was a big Magic player. I played since the beginning. I used to have alpha and beta cards. I mean, little known fact is I think at one point I had 5 Black Lotuses end up going through my hands because I just didn't see a use for them, so I sold them to people, traded them. And this was before the big deal anybody knew that they were worth anything or anything like that. I'm not talking like this is in the very beginning. So I had, and still to this day, other than in that one combo, Black Lotuses are garbage. I'll die on that hill. They have some very specific combos, and that's it. Black Lotuses otherwise are absolutely just a gimmick. Avatars of Woe. I have a buddy that still has a huge collection, and he won't play because he's so pissed off at Hasbro. But he's got something like I think he's closing in on 100,000 cards. Wench. I know that's pretty strong language, and I'm sorry, but you just and you fall so awkwardly. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Magic is nothing but and see, here's something like I'm sorry, I'm going to go to the main menu because this is something that hit me the other day and we're all guilty of it. Everybody that's just talked about video games, talked about games in general, any game. It's gambling. Like I know we want to have fun. Like I mean repo is a level of gambling, but we're not expecting a return. And see here's the problem is that now we're monetizing that kind of return. So not every game is gambling. Like but with the surprise mechanics, they're making it even worse. Well, yeah, exactly, T-Rose. See that's the problem is that the cardboard it's printed on, we're supposed to believe is some kind of level of scarcity. Oh, we're only printing this much. So they're literally manufacturing the scarcity. They could print more, no problem. Yes, I love Uno, by the way, Ash. I love Uno. Uno is still a great game. Oh shoot, it's almost midnight. I have been gabbing and I've barely even succeeded anything at this game. But surprise mechanics, or whatever you want to call them, loot boxes. Look at how much damage they have done to the gaming community. Look at how much has been lost or destroyed because of loot boxes. Because of monthly subscriptions to a game I bought. That was the reason why I never played WoW, is because I have to buy the game and then I have to pay to play it. Not pay to play it at a certain level, but to play it at all. Like, why am I paying both ways? That's ridiculous. I still think it's ridiculous, even in this day and age. I don't know. I don't know even I don't even know what to say about it other than I'm just as guilty as anybody else. I've done it in certain things at certain points with video games and whatnot. But that's because it's psychologically designed to entice you to play it. That coming from somebody that's sitting here playing a video game and entertaining people. I know the problem, but I also know that I'm not going to play games that cause that. I mean, I'm looking at trying to get into Chilla's art. I've got Fears to Fathom. I don't want to place in front of people a game that's going to harm them long term. And what I mean by that is like, yeah, jump scare here or there, or, a short term harm by spending your money on the game. Even though most people don't even think about it that way as being harm. I'm just saying that's one thing. But long term causing some kind of level of damage, psychologically, physically, whatever it may be, I don't want to put that in front of people. Yeah, oh yeah, mobile gaming. No, mobile gaming did not start it. In fact, that level has been there since I think Bethesda with the horse armor. Mobile gaming saw what because before that mobile gaming was just oh yes, buying power. That is another thing. Exactly. Pay to win. I mean think about it. The internet did a very bad thing for gaming entirely. And that's creating a market where you can sell gambling to 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. And the parents don't know that's what's happening. They're like, oh, I need to buy this thing for my game, mom. Okay, well, it's only $5. I'll pay that. And then the kid's opening up loot boxes. Next thing they know, when they're in college, they're sitting there putting 100, 200, $300 every paycheck, trying to hit that beautiful skin that does absolutely nothing. It's a skin. It looks cool. Or even worse, like Blue Thunder said here, you buy power. You spend so much money so that you can win the game, and yet you've learned nothing from it. Remember, video games, games in general, we're about learning a skill, being patient, learning how to beat the level. Oh, every boss has a pattern, everything has a way to win. Well, sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's just spending the money, which is what allows you to win. And that makes me angry. Because then it's not about skill. Oh, yeah. I mean, sports games were the first ones to do pay to win. FIFA, 2K games. I've disliked them forever. And that's because they came out with a game every year, and it's the same game. Like, literally the same game with some changed up names. You're not really doing anything big to it. And yet they're making you pay the same price to buy it new, even though all it required was a patch. You make me pay like, $10. Right. Well, Blue, that's actually going up even higher now. I mean, you're talking like, oh, $60? Well, now they're talking about 70, 80, $90 being the standard price. Like, what was it? Switch 2, the games are supposed to be 80 to 90? I could be wrong. It may have been 70. Or not 70, but no, I think it was 80. Like, I think the standard game was going to be 80. And even funnier is if I remember right, they're not even the games you buy for the Switch 2 aren't even an actual cartridge. They're just basically a barcode that tells the game you bought the game so that it'll unlock it in your um, library. Yes, Blue Thunder. Have you drank yet? And we mean water. Hydration is important. I mean, it is, and I literally just took a drink myself, so I mean. But yeah, I mean, sports has ruined sports games too because of the way that they cheat the system. They mess with the system. And I don't know. It's stuff like that that just annoys me. I'm going to switch it over to the end screen, but I'll be sitting here talking with you. Turn the music down just a little bit. And it blows me away how people forget that we have a choice, that we can choose not to buy things we don't agree with. You know, you don't like how Magic's played or how Magic monetizes. Stop buying it. In fact, if you really want to screw them over, see, here's the problem with that statement, Green, is that while you're right on one hand, if buying is not owning, the pirating is not stealing, you can still steal a subscription. Now, I'm saying that if you can't buy something and own it, that does not give you the right to pirate. But it gives you the right to look for another way around. How can I still get the money to the right people to get what I want to pay for? And this might sound like a leap, but I kind of think that this whole buying, you will own nothing and be happy about it, is also kind of why the Mandela effect became what it is. We're supposed to become unsure of everything we know, we see, and just be used to it. Be okay with it. Now, the only reason, this isn't some grand conspiracy. This isn't something that's planned. Right. No, I enjoy my game too. Yeah. Sorry, I just read, spend $25 to get 500 in-game currency, which lasts you 10 minutes in-game, or doesn't even get you what you wanted. Let alone, the inequality of, I spend $5 here, I get 500 of this, but I need to spend, the weird way they do math for the in-game currency. So you can't just buy the item with the in-game currency, packs you can buy. You have to buy more. It's the hot dog and hot dog bun phenomenon. How many hot dog packages and hot dog buns, do you need to buy before you don't have any hot dog buns or hot dogs left over at the end? Like you have a bun for each hot dog. Because hot dog buns come in packages of 12, hot dogs come in packages of 8. Yes, that's simple math, but the simple fact is that that's what video game companies have done with the in-game currency. You always overspend, so it keeps you having money in your pocket, and then you see something you might want, so you buy again, which leaves money in your pocket in the in-game, but you can't cash it out. So basically, video games invented the first cryptocurrency and NFTs. That's all Horse Armor was cryptocurrency and NFTs. What else could you call in-game currency? Oh, NFTs, non-fungible tokens. How do I describe that? Basically, it was people selling digital pictures. And they were using cryptocurrency to buy and sell it. Now, NFTs they have no function. They're a picture that's saved on a server somewhere that you can right-click and save to your own you can look it up. Oh, here's a Bored Ape. I can right click and save it. Now, you have no ownership of that picture, but I've done it anyway. NFTs were just another way of creating artificial scarcity. Even though they could be used to secure mortgages on the blockchain, they could be used to secure bonds, stocks, so you can trade them more easily and functionally without having to go to a broker, without having to go through a bank. They could secure the cryptocurrency and solidify it into an actual currency. But see, that doesn't allow. Yeah, I know, I'm going a little bit over. But if you want to go, Ash, I'm fine with that. You can go. I don't know how to say how much it torques me that cryptocurrency had a future, NFTs had a future, that video games created that future that they could have been, and instead nobody saw it. That buying gems in a game is nothing more than a cryptocurrency. That the skins you use in your video games are nothing more than an NFT. We've already seen this. There is nothing different. There was nothing that they added to it other than that specific code that's called the blockchain. That blockchain is very important. That is the most important thing, and they don't want you to use it properly. Because if we made the blockchain more functional, more usable for people, you wouldn't need a bank. You could secure it, and everybody would know how much money you had because it's called a public ledger. You would know how much money that politician has coming in and going out, and you'd know where it comes from. You'd know how much Blizzard spent on WoW that month and how much they had coming in. Our whole world could be transparent, monetarily speaking. Okay, so I don't understand how people can't, why we have to be so greedy. Because literally you could make more money doing that for the long run. But yeah, you're not going to make, you're not going to 10 times your money tomorrow because you rug pulled a bunch of people that trusted you. No, you're going to trade 10 million tomorrow for 300-400 billion in 10 years. We don't think in long-term investments anymore at all. Which those are the most important investments you could ever have. Sorry, I hope I made my case. I hope I didn't bore you all tonight with my ramblings and ravings. I mean, I know you guys keep saying you're enjoying it, so I'm glad. I don't want to do this all the time, but if you know me, you know I get into these moods. So I apologize. The clouds came in today, so I was a little bit more introspective. But I think I am going to call it there before I start rambling even further. And I hope you all have a wonderful night. I had fun today, and I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Good. Because I'm sure that at least once a week it's going to come, I'm going to end up going off on something. Love you all. Thank you for being here for me. I do appreciate it.